Hi there. Are you looking for a calm space to find in this turbulent world? Are you looking for more love, more peace, and more abundance in your life? Do you want to wake up each day with greater purpose and feel more fulfilled? If you are, then CSLNJ is the place for you. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey. Over the past 2 decades, our open and affirming community has created a safe space for all to come and be uplifted. I hope you enjoy watching. And if you like what you see, please visit us at cslnj.org.
Opulent, my opulent wealth, my opulent wealth. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Over the Mind community, where the vibration of love lifts you, the wisdom of the ages inspires you, and the science of mind teaching empowers you. We believe that heaven and hell are states of consciousness that you experience in this lifetime, and that you are the architect of your life, and that it is never too late to know true happiness. It is so good to be here today, and we have some first-timers to welcome this morning. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I don't know if there's any first-timers on Zoom, but whoever's there on Zoom, welcome. I know Ty is out there in Japan. Hello, Ty. They all look like old-timers. Well, we're all old-timers here, I suppose. So. And we have a wonderful morning, a wonderful celebration this morning. We have our own founder of CSLNJ, Reverend Michelle, giving us our talk today. And we have Reverend Neil Pinkman to thank for our morning meditation, for being our practitioner of the day and holding the high watch today, and our musicians, Tony and Clive. So thank you for being here. Joe, thank you for running the technology, and thank me, I'm Brian. So, and thank you all for being here. And we're going to turn it back over to Tony and Clive, and then Neil will give us our morning opening prayer.
Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God. Find your voice. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God.
Be still and know. I am God. From that one mind, in that place, deep inside the place of the I am, that beautiful, wonderful expression of the divine in each and every being on this plane expresses itself beautifully, exquisitely, and wonderfully. That wonderful intelligence that is back of all things here. Always there. Always that power, always that presence, knowing that absolutely, positively, it is what is my life and expressing as my life. And I know for each and every one of us here that that is true, and that it is this beautiful, unique expression of that one mind in each of us. As we come together and join it as a community in supporting and sharing and loving and in the loving kindness that we find here. And I know that in gathering this morning, this just brings us closer together. It allows us to be open and, yes, affirming. And a wonderful, wonderful community of people to spread love and kindness wherever we go. I am so grateful for this teaching. I am so grateful for those that have brought us this teaching. I am so grateful for those who have brought this community together. After all these many years and decades of providing a safe place to know God. This is who we are. And today is a beautiful expression of that. And in a wonderful gratitude for all of that, for that power, for that presence that makes all things possible and that always says yes. I release this word, I surrender this word to that power and presence. And please join me in saying, and so it is.
Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God. How life changes when we get it, when we really know. Keep singing. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now it is time to read our September affirmation, which you will have in your order of service and you at home will have in your chat. And feel free to read along with me aloud. I am worthy and valuable simply because I am. This understanding encourages me to live authentically, aligning my thoughts and actions with the principles of love, creativity, harmony, and to appreciate the present moment as a vital aspect of my spiritual journey. I have an interconnectedness with all life, reflecting the divine nature within me and the universe, and so it is.
So, as a tradition, for those of you who don't know, who might be new to this community, we have had this peace practice in place. It's got to be 20 years or more. And the thing I love about our peace practice, and I repeat this often, but I think it's important to stay present to it, is that it's a peace practice that's based on owning our piece of the world, our consciousness, our place, our influence. And so I would be lying if I said there are things that I see in the news that don't horrify me, because they do. And I do my spiritual practices all the time, and it's work. So you might be working also. There's a part of your mind where you are calling yourself to a higher way of being, most likely, because that's what we have to do. So bring something to mind, if you will. Bring it into your heart. Something that you would like to influence. Somewhere where you would like the love that you are to reign over you, and to reign over the situation that you're holding in consciousness. And please repeat after me. I am the peace I want to see.
I am the peace I want to see.
I know this peace for my family.
I know this peace for my family.
I know this peace for my community. My community knows this peace for our country. And my community knows this peace for the world. Thank you.
Before I do our reading, I just want to take a minute, because occasionally we run into these wonderful two-in-a-row type Sundays. And right now, we have this Sunday and next Sunday the privilege, the honor of hearing, and please don't feel old when I say this, decades and decades and decades of metaphysical, spiritual, new thought, science of mind, wisdom, okay? We have Reverend Dr. Michelle today, who is obviously the founding minister of our center here 23 years ago, right? 23 now. And a life in metaphysics, her whole life before that. Next Sunday, we have Reverend Dr. Ken Gordon, who will be with us online. We're on Zoom next week. Don't come here. We're on Zoom next week. And he's coming to us from Kelowna, Canada. And Reverend Ken, you'll hear more about his resume, but he's got decades and decades and decades of being the spiritual leader of our organization before it was the Centers for Spiritual Living, and then after the Centers for Spiritual Living, and running his own center. So those of you who have been around for a number of years, he's been here in person. We've had him online. He's a wonderful speaker. He's inspiring. And these two people, they know their stuff. No, I don't do what Michelle does. I'm very good with it. So don't miss this, right? Pay attention today. Listen. This is why we come here, to be sponges, to absorb it, right? To remind us, even though we may have studied it for decades ourselves. I like the reminder every week. And every time somebody like these people speak, I learn. So today's topic is love. Love absolutely is the topic of Michelle's talk today. We talk a lot about love. Has anybody ever figured out why? Has anybody ever looked at the banner of our values? What's number one? There we go. So today's reading comes from the Science of Mind, page 43, and it's Love Rules Through Law. In an intelligent study of the teachings of the science of mind, we come to understand that all is love, and yet all is law. Love rules through law. Love is the divine givingness. Law is the way. Love is spontaneous. Law is impersonal. We should study the nature of reality with this in mind, and in this way we shall avoid two grave mistakes: either viewing life as made up of only mechanical laws, or viewing it as made up only of spontaneous actions, irrespective of law and order. As we gain the broader viewpoint, we shall see that life must contain two fundamental characteristics. We shall see that there is an infinite spirit operating through an infinite and immutable law. In this, cosmos, and not chaos, finds an eternal existence in reality. And you've heard us quote this next line so many times. Love points the way, and law makes the way possible.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Let me learn all the ways I fall.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing.
Let me share the good that's overflowing.
And let me care for those around the world.
Let me care for those around the world.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me share the good that's overflow.
Let me share the good that's overflowing.
Oh, let my steps reveal a path of peace.
Let my steps reveal a path of peace.
Oh, let me talk each day a little kinder.
Let me talk each day a little kinder.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, love absolutely is the title of my talk today. And as you see, it is the first quality of our list of characteristics that we value. And we developed that as a community a long time ago. And I don't remember many other people, but I remember you there being there, Marcia. And I remember we all had this incredible enthusiasm and this attachment. Some of us had attachment that these values had to be in a certain order, and it was a very exciting time. The key to living a life that you want to live, in my humble opinion, based on a well-lived life. And I just realized before, the word fall is in the song. I thought, oh, fall, fail. There's only one letter different from those two. I have fallen. I have succeeded. I have tried. I have failed. I have loved. I have been afraid. I have been betrayed. I have betrayed. And the thing that carries me through all of this is a deep foundational dedication to love anyway. But what I'm also getting is that love is just a four-letter word without the idea of presence. Presence, being fully present. Over the years, many years ago, I used to ask you guys sometimes to look into each other's eyes gazingly. Remember those days? I'd turn, I'd say, okay, look at somebody. And I'd have you do it for like a long time. And you would squirm, some of you would squirm. I'm going to be weepy today. I am, just because talking about love does that. But what I know is that when I gaze into the eyes of someone without flinching, without pulling back, it is love that I see. It is love that presents itself when you are present. Talking about love without presence is like talking about peanut butter without jelly, or turkey without stuffing. I don't know what to say to you vegans and vegetarians, but you'll have to figure out your own analogy. I'm sure there's something. We cannot study love enough. We cannot study the cause that love is and the effects of love. We can't discuss this enough. It will never end. And you get to choose what love looks like in your life. The other day, last week, and I'm not going to go into why, but I was having a rough day. Just call it a rough day. And I was supposed to be in conversation with someone, a support system. And so I drove myself to one of the lakes. I live in Denville. We have all these little lakes. It's wonderful. And I drove myself to Rock Ridge, where there's this little peninsula where you can park your car and you walk out. And it's, you see the swans and all the, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And if I had a screen, I'd show you the picture I took that day. And I was having a weepy day, a hard day, and I wanted to be alone. I wanted to be alone for this conversation. And so what happened was I started hearing what I initially would have called the annoying sounds of kids. My sons are grown, so, I've been through all stages. And I'm like, oh man. And then I heard them getting closer. I thought, because kids go out there and they skip rocks and they have fun where it is. But I didn't see many kids around, so I didn't think there would be anybody there. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go out and walk to my car, and I'll just have the conversation in my car. And as I turn to leave and I start walking down the path, who's walking toward me but my grandson and his friends? So suddenly, that annoying sound was no longer annoying. It was my boy, my precious 9-year-old William, who had no problem running up to me in front of his friends and hugging me and telling me that he loved me and giving me hugs and kisses. And I thought, I could have missed that. If I wasn't present, I could have missed that. Now, for those of you who will know, you've been around long enough, you remember Steve Worthing, of course. Well, I just recently had a visit from Steve, and we sat and talked for 3 hours. He's doing well. He says hello to everybody. For those of you who don't know who I'm referring to, Steve was one of the founding members of this community, and he's really one of the main reason why I'm here. And I want to share with you a memory that I have that I didn't know he shared as much as I shared. And so the story might sound like it was just the beginning of the center, but it was clearly a connection of love. Because I was moving away, I was in another community, and I was deciding I wanted to branch out on my own. And so there was this community in Pennsylvania that was looking for a senior minister. And I thought, okay, since I'm not really going to work full-time where I was, and I needed to feed my son, I would go there. And so I'm telling Steve this on the phone. I said, yeah, I think I'm going to put my name in for that community. And on the phone, he says to me, don't do that. We can open a community. We can get it up and running in 6 months. And I just started to cry. And my tears were the tears of feeling seen. Presence. It goes back to presence. When you are present with somebody, really present with somebody, then you can look in their eyes and they don't shift and they don't look away. There's an exchange that happens, and it's stunning. I work, as many of you know, I teach regularly, and what I notice often is many of my students, let's say Bill stood up to share, people struggle in being present to the one who's speaking. So they're busy, they're on their phones, or they're looking down, or they're writing. And I often offer instruction. Stop. Look at the person who's speaking. Why? Because your presence is an aspect of love. And you and I think we can all agree that we all could use a little bit more love and presence in this world right now. Yes? Yes. Absolutely. I also have I have 4 grandchildren now, which I'm excited about. But my 4-year, I can't say the baby anymore because now we have a real baby. But my 4-year-old Anna, and I watch her, and she walks into my house, and this man's heart melts. She pulls on his heartstrings like, no, he's my husband for those of you who don't know. She pulls on his heartstrings like nobody I've seen before. And she does the same with my son Michael. Whenever she's at the house, she's always, can I go see Michael? Can I, if he might be busy. And boy, the last week when they were together, he was, I don't know what he was doing. He was outside in my backyard. She was out there with him at probably like an hour because Michael has such a playful nature. He knows how to be fully present. So I want to keep linking these two things together, presence and love. Presence and love. Love is the self-givingness of the Spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. That is from Ernest Holmes. We got to one day, the I Am God, we got to do I Am Love. We got to do that same song and switch out I Am Love. Because I could feel that was wanting to come out when you were singing. Rumi said, let the beauty we love be what we do. So, a couple of weeks ago, my good friends Marcy and Joe, the Schneiders, as I like to call them, just the Schneiders, they were saying they were going to go to Las Vegas. In midwinter, they wanted to go see the show, and they were going to fly out there. And I went on my tirade about, I hate Vegas, I hate the, and whined and right? All filled with myself and my opinion. And then what happened was we spend time with the Sarnowskis, as I like to call them, which is Bill and Marilyn. And they're saying they're going to go to Vegas. And I thought, And I noticed immediately that I was not present to the joy that Marcy and Joe spoke about or inferred when they thought about going out there and having that experience. I was too into my opinion, right? So, but when Bill and Marilyn said it, now something else struck me because they decided they wanted to go see the same show. And this is what happened. I changed my mind. I still don't like Vegas. I'm not a convert. But what happened was the possibility of being with my friends and having an experience and creating a memory became more important than my whining about how much I hated Vegas. You hearing this? So when love is the filter, when love is your standard, when love is the characteristic that you see life through, it will alter your decisions. It will alter your behavior. It will alter how you show up. Bell Hooks said in her book, Communion, The Female Search for Love, love is a combination of care, commitment, knowledge, responsibility, respect, and trust. I really want to make the impression here. What must be considered in this conversation about love is self-love. Not egotistical love. Not I am so grand and great love. The love of spirit that shows up as me. The self with the capital S. Because when I am in love with that self, with the capital S, I'm in love with you and you and you and you. Because that self is the self of all of us. We are not doing our job if we don't figure out how to love that self. We will always have an experience of being separate from the one, and I don't care what you want to call the one, God, love, spirit, energy, no matter the name. But when you're present to that self of the self, you're going to have an experience that's absolutely glorious. Yesterday, I spent the day preparing because I'm half excited and half nervous. I'm heading to the recording studio tomorrow to record my book on forgiveness. And I really am half nervous and half excited and not sure, quite where I'm going to land. But yesterday I spent the day preparing. I left you a year and a half ago, and I had no guarantees. I had a want to chase a dream, but I had no guarantees. No one wrote on a piece of paper saying, your life will perfectly succeed and all will be well. I didn't have that. What I had is the desire to keep chasing and put one step in front of the other and be present to the moment each time. Did I always do that? No, not always. But I clearly did it more than I didn't. So yesterday I'm reading my book and I'm reading my own words. And I start to cry because I can't believe this is my life now. I said yes to a dream that pulled me out of the familiar. If you think I did that easily, I didn't. It wasn't easy. But there was a driving force, and that driving force was the presence of love, the presence of God as me, and I had to go. I had to go. And the fact that now I'm here and I'm doing this work is the most incredibly stunning thing I could have said yes to. I said yes to the self as me. Again, not the little self, not the egotistical self, not that she's not there, she's there, she has her place, but the grand, glorious, large self that lifted me out of my smallness, that supported me in breaking the glass ceiling with sweaty palms, I admit, but that self that is there for each one of us. When we have that little bit of fear about taking something, doing something different, or moving, or having a new job, or leaving a relationship because it doesn't feel healthy, and we have that fear that's there, it is being present, it is chasing, not chasing, but being present to love that takes us to that next step. Holmes also said, the great love of the universe must be one with the great law of its own being, and we approach love through law. The love that we speak of in Science of Mind is that motivating activity that is present when we're in prayer, when we're in meditation, when we're in song, when we are lifted. When Tony started her song, I was lifted out of my seat. And I had to be in the movement and the vibration of that song. As we must, no, you don't have to do anything. I don't like when I begin to use that language, because sometimes I think things are so compelling. I think you should do it too. I'm not the authority of anything. I'm not the authority of anything. But I have arrived at a place. I was at conference, and I was face to face with a person who I was having some judgment with. I was having some judgment. And I noticed how my judgment was creating a barrier between me and she. And I thought, after seeing her for the first time and went away, I thought, that's not who I want to be. And it's not even really who I am. That's who I am. Right? So I went and I had a rethink. I thought in a new way about this person. I want you to hear this word again. I changed my mind. There's sometimes you have to change your mind about what you think is so. You have to rethink and then commit to that new thinking. And the next time I was in her company, I'm going to tell you, it magically changed Magically, suddenly, there was a vibration of acceptance and love and connection that wasn't there when I was in my judgment. Because judgment and love cannot coexist. I have some questions. I just want you to consider these questions. What would it change in your life if you believed that love is not something you seek, but something you are? What would change in your life if love was not something you seek, but you had the realization it's something you are? Can you sense that? Who in your life is still occupying space in your heart because you have not yet forgiven them? That's your work list, by the way. If someone still is occupying your heart and your mind in a way that you feel you have to avoid them or you judge them or you have to create boundaries, boundaries is a real healthy self-care thing, but not if you're doing it based on fear. There's a difference. Let me not go down that road. Where in your life do you still place conditions on love? Expectations, requirements, and limits. Our unexpressed expectations with another is the greatest source of disappointment and judgment and upset. Where do you still have conditions? Do you still have conditions? Can you feel that as I ask you? Can you recognize that there might be some places in you where you're holding back? And you know where it hides? It hides behind your righteousness. It hides behind your logic. You have good logic why you don't love or accept that person. You have logic why you don't want them in your life, and you're sure of it. What if you thought about it again? What would change in your life if love was more important than your opinions? And I want to tell you, physical healing happens when we are fully present to the vibration of love. Physical healing happens. And we can do that for each other. And communities like this, like Science of Mind, Divine Science, Unity, all similar, all of those, we are here to hold up. There's an old quote, and I don't know who said it. I used to have this great T-shirt that said, "Women hold up half the sky." Oh, I love that T-shirt. I used to wear it proudly. But now I'm thinking, mindful, metaphysical, and spiritual people are holding up the sky. We have a call right now. We have a call, and that call. If we want to see things differently, we have to start here, take it to family, take it to neighbors, take it to the people that annoy the living crap out of you. Because that's where we make a difference. So, I want to read something to you. Oh, I know, it's old, it's classic. By the way, it's so funny, I just opened this book, and I found this poem from my first boyfriend. That's hysterical. This is old. I don't know how old I was. I didn't know that was in here. I'm old, but not too old. I have great vibrancy. Then said Almitra, "Speak to us of love." And he raised his head and looked upon the people, and there fell a stillness upon them. And with great voice he said, "When love beckons to you, follow it." I'm going to change his words. "Though its ways are hard and steep, and when its wings enfold you, yield to it. Though the sword hidden among its pinions may wound you, and when it speaks to you, believe in it. Through this voice, though his voice may shatter, your dreams as the north wind lays waste the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall it crucify you. Even as it is for your growth, so it is for your pruning. Even as it ascends to your height and caresses your tenderness branches that quiver in the sun, so shall it descend to the roots and shake them in the clinging from the earth. Like sheaves of corn, it gathers you unto itself. It threshes you to make you naked. It shifts you to free you from the husks. It grinds you to whiteness. It kneads you until you are pliant. And then it assigns you to its sacred fire, that you become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, and in that knowledge become a fragrant of life's heart. If you don't recognize it, it's from the prophet Khalil Gibran. Classic. I've had this book since 1981. Yes, I'm up there. So, as I like to close out our celebration recently, it's a new fun habit of mine. I'm going to do a call and response. Your response is, I am present to the love in my life. Okay, just try that. I am present to the love in my life. Love is the breath of spirit moving through me. The love in my life. Love heals the wounds I thought could never be healed. I am present to the love in my life. Love restores my body, my mind, and my soul. I am present to the love in my life. Love flows without beginning and without end. I am present to the love in my life. Love is the light that shines in all creation. I am the present to the love in my life. Love is the truth that sets me free. I am present to the love in my life. Love is who I am now and forever. I am present to the love in my life. And I'd like to close this by asking you to repeat after me something we haven't said in a while. At least I don't think so. I am the place where love resides. That is a beautiful guiding principle, isn't it? If we always had that as our North Star, we would make different decisions, I assure you. Shall we pray? Okay. If you want to move your body and let yourself absorb this, I invite you to move your body while you're seating or to stand. And to know with me right now that the power, the presence, the love, the glorious essence of good that exists in, through, and as each of us shall have its way with us to the degree that we accept and allow it. I recognize this presence as the healing power. I know for each person listening now or at another time that love is the most potent, powerful, beautiful, and glorious essence. And as it shows up in and through us, our lives are lifted, transformed, transmuted, and made beautiful. I believe in that presence as me, as you. And with great faith and conviction, I surrender this word to love, to the law that makes it so, and to the awe of life itself. Join me in saying, and so it is. Amen. I love you.
It's love that is the faith, that is the trust, that is the knowing. It's love that is the prayer, that is the light, that is the knowing. It's love that is the faith, that is the trust, that is the knowing. It's love that is the prayer, that is the light, that is the knowing. Have some love, 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 have some love. It's love that is the faith, that is the trust, that is the knowing. It's love that is the prayer, that is the light, that is the knowing. Have some love, 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 have some love. It's love that is the faith, that is the trust, that is the knowing. It's love that is the prayer, that is the light, that is the knowing.
Yes, lovely, 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 lovely. Funny how that word sometimes, or words in general, can take on different meanings when you really think about it, right? So, speaking of love, now is the time where we express our love by giving back to where we are spiritually fed. We are fed here spiritually, and we feed into that place so that we may continue to be fed. And we do so by giving with our conscious giving affirmation. So please read along with me. I bless this gift that I give today. I give this gift from my heart, and I give it mindfully. May my gift go further to heal, prosper, and bless this center and all who enter. I accept all good that comes as a result of this flow, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. And so we ask that you always give where you are spiritually fed. And CSLNJ, we are grateful to be that place. And there are several ways in which you can give. One of the easiest ways is through Breeze. If you're signed up through that, you simply text a number to a phone number and that money goes straight through. You can always, if you're here in the center, leave a donation in the basket. There are ways that are being posted into the chat and, of course, in your newsletters, which I'm sure you all read twice a week. And you can always call Reverend Neil Pinkman, and he'll be happy to help you out. So, and exactly. That's right. Absolutely. And as Reverend Neil mentioned, next week we will be on Zoom only. That's Sunday, September 14th, where Reverend Doctor, I always get those order mixed up, I don't know why. Reverend Dr. Ken Gordon will be joining us. And that is the talk, Holmes' Gift to the World. While Dr. Holmes, as an avid student of spirit, introduced the science of mind to the world, his great gift was the introduction of a new system of prayer, spiritual mind treatment. And so join Dr. Ken Gordon in fleshing out what this gift has and continues to give to the world. And do you want me to read the whole paragraph there? Or? Oh, okay, very good. Okay, is that in the order of service or that paragraph? Yeah, it's in the. You know enough about Dr. Ken Gordon at this point. Yeah, I kind of covered it before. Right, exactly. So yes, exactly. So another class, of course, Spiritual Living Insights with Reverend Michelle. These are 90-minute workshops on the main points. Focus from some of the books that you are interested in. And on September 13th, it will be on the book Learning to Trust Yourself. And there are links, of course, available for that. Finding Peace and Presence at the End of Life with our own Beth Bachman, right here in the back. Join us in a communal sharing of wisdom to help us prepare for death and dying, and that is starting October 9th. 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Zoom. You can register for that online. Please do, so she knows who's going to be there. And support our InReach program because your community needs your help now. The CSLNJ research program was started years ago so that we will be able to support members of our own community that need some financial assistance. It has worked very well. And we've been able to help a number of our members get through some very challenging times. And right now, we need to build that resource back up so that we can continue to help our members. So please help support our members by making a donation to our InReach program. And there is a special link for that. And that concludes our announcements. That concludes our service. And we will conclude officially with a closing song. Tony and Clive.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. I didn't know the grace of God was here for me. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you feel discouraged and you're struggling just to make it, just to make it through another day. You've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. Find your voice. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart I open it wide. 'Cause I'm only here for God. No more, no more, no more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here. I'm only here. I'm only here because of God. Because of God. All righty then. What does Ty tell us? Happy Sunday, happy every day. Love you, Ty.
At the Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, we believe in empowering individuals to discover their inner strength and their connection to divine life. Through our supportive community, transformative workshops, and uplifting services, we provide a safe space for personal growth and spiritual exploration. Whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or a deeper understanding of life's mysteries, our center offers practical tools and timeless wisdom to help you thrive. Join us in creating a more diverse, compassionate, and kind world. Your world, the way you want to create it.